Hey, it's Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church with another Proverbs Practical. I appreciate you watching. Our verse today speaks of taking precautions against legitimate dangers. So we're in Proverbs 22:3, Proverbs 22 verse 3, and it says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself, but the simple pass on, and are punished." So an evil doesn't necessarily have to be a moral evil. In the Old Testament especially, the term evil often refers to a tragedy or a disaster or a danger, or it can refer to something morally wrong. In this case, I think it's talking about some disaster, some bad outcome, and the prudent person foresees that. There are many dangers in the world around us. Some are serious and likely, while others are exaggerated and rare. Discerning which potential dangers are worthy of our attention and efforts is one of the huge benefits of wisdom. On the one hand, the lazy use dangers that really aren't imminent to move them to inaction. There's a lion in the streets. I'll be slain in the streets, says the lazy man, the slothful man in verse 13, just a little later in this passage. He's using the excuse of something that's ridiculously unlikely to be true or harmful as an excuse not to work. But there are some things that are very real, or whose danger can be mitigated with an adjustment that's really pretty minor, not that detrimental. So the prudent person, the one who's crafty and cautious, that's the idea of prudence here, he's going to recognize real danger. And when he recognizes that real trouble is coming, he's going to hide himself. He's going to take what practical actions he can to protect himself from the danger. Now, as Christians, we're often urged to live without fear. And that's right. Believers in Jesus Christ need not live fearfully. We have a spirit of power, of love, of a sound mind, not a spirit of fear. Fear deteriorates a sound mind. It causes us to evaluate things incorrectly and to make terrible decisions. Fear really messes with how we think. But part of the spirit of a sound mind is prudence. A caution that recognizes legitimate dangers and takes appropriate actions for protection. That's not fear, it's wisdom. The simple, in contrast, go blithely on, not recognizing the seriousness of the danger or the immediacy of the danger, and for that they are punished. The simple pass on as though nothing was going on, and they're punished for it. And it's not even necessarily fools that do this. It's not scorners. It's not the bad guys here in this verse. It's the simple. The people who aren't equipped to think carefully or aren't paying enough attention. They aren't trying to be wicked necessarily. They're not necessarily denying God. They're just not thinking things through well or paying enough attention. They may be too blinded or preoccupied by some imagined danger, some wrong danger, to recognize the real danger. So for whatever reason, they don't do what they could to protect themselves, and they end up paying for it, sometimes with their life. So don't live in fear. Don't dread every possible thing that could ever conceivably go wrong, but do pay attention. Take practical measures to protect yourself and those around you, whether it's from a virus or a reckless driver. Check both ways before you cross the street, both literally and metaphorically, because there really are some things out there that can hurt you or kill you. And it's not living in fear to keep your eyes open and duck if something's flying at your head. That's living in prudence. I hope this video is a help to you. If it is, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more insight from Scripture. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments or to see you in person here at Dexter Gospel Church. Until next time, I hope you stay well and walk prudently.